Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Please remember to like and subscribe. Now today we're going to be looking at a fun activity that can be used to add fractions that have different denominators. On screen we have a half plus 1/3. So what I'm going to do, and you can get your rulers for this, is to draw a box and ensure that you use a ruler to get these lines straight. Now a half means that I have two equal parts. So I'm going to cut this box vertically into two equal parts. Now, what a half means is that I'm going to have to shade one part out of these two equal parts. So let me use my blue here and I'm going to shade one entire part. In other words, I have shaded a half of this figure. 1/3 means that I need to have three equal parts. Now, since we divided the box vertically to get a half, to get 1/3, we're going to divide the box horizontally. So there we go. And you can use a ruler to measure it to get as accurate as possible. Now, 1/3 means that I need to shade one entire section of these three sections going horizontally. So technically speaking, I would have to shade this entire section here, which actually comprises of two sections. But here is a problem. Over here is already shaded, which means I need to shade, since all the parts are equal, I can shade any other part to reflect this part. So I could shade this part and this part. And technically speaking, the box is now divided into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 equal parts. Now, does it make sense? So when we divided the box into three equal parts, we notice that each of those parts consisted of two equal parts. But it does make sense. So we're saying that 2 out of 6. But when I reduce 2 out of 6, I still get 1/3. So it means I need to shade two additional parts. So let us go. So we shade these two parts right here. Okay, let us see what happens. Let us count how many equal parts we have. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So I have 6 equal parts. Now, how much parts do I have shaded? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 equally shaded parts. So I'm going to have 5 out of 6, which is 5/6 as a fraction if we were to pronounce it properly. On screen, we have a second example. You can pause the video, go ahead and attempt this question, and then you can come back and look at the solution. So here we have 3/4 plus 1/5. Now, we're going to start by drawing our box. So let's go. Now, ensure you use your rulers to get this box as rectangular as possible. And we need to divide this box into 4 equal parts. Now, we're going to divide it horizontally at first. So we have 1 part, 2 parts, 3 parts, and 4 parts. Now, please divide this as equally as possible. All right, this is freehand, so you can get a much more accurate diagram when using your measuring tools. Now, 3/4, which means I'm going to have to shade 3 of those 4 parts. So let's go right ahead. So this is 1 part, and you can use your crayons to do this activity. 2 parts, 3 parts. So we have shaded 3/4. Now we need to divide the box vertically into 5 equal parts. So let's go right ahead. So we have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now 1/5 mean that I'm going to have to shade one entire section of these 5 parts. So I'm looking at shading this entire section here. But notice that this entire section consists of 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 smaller parts. So I need to shade 4 smaller parts. However, if I were to go along this line, I would have noticed that you have 1, 2, 3 parts shaded already. So I'm gonna have to shade 4 equal parts somewhere else. So probably we could go 1, 2, 3, 4 here, because this 1/5 section consists of 4 of those parts. So let's go right ahead. So we're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's make sense out of this again. We would have shaded 4 parts out of a box that is divided, and if you were to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 parts. 4 out of those 20 parts. And this actually breaks down to 1/5. So we have done the correct thing. Now, let us look at how many sections we have shaded out of these 20 parts. We only have one section that is not shaded, and bear in mind that this is divided into 20 equal small boxes, which means that we have 19 parts shaded out of a total of 20 parts. So when we add 3/4 and 1/5, we get 19 out of our 20. And you can actually create an example for yourself and try to see if it works.